the word.
Well, Tom.
Oh, no.
We're diving back into
They're
things.
going to take back my paper expert.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure they take that off you. Mine's already on the shirt, so...
Please, Nikhil, don't take my badge away. I
Look,
really like it.
9-3 as we check back into things. G2 on the attack, and they're taking over control of middle. Mixwell already posted up with this headhunter in hand. And there's going to be a little smoke going down here. They've got a paranoia play. Is this a nasty little mid-aggression setup, or is it off contact? They've got a camera waiting. Oh, this is so disgusting. When the cam gets contact, they can swing out quickly on the back of the paranoia. The smoke's just gone down in mid. They know there's players close. The slow will just run the clock down a little bit more. Forsaken's got to go. But now they'll be tempted to push up. There's the paranoia, but nothing found on the back.
No, and they can't really continue to re-aggress. Mixwell does take a chunk of damage, though, and they've at least forced them back off of mid. They now place the wall down a little bit later and a little bit deeper, so wrapping in is going to be difficult. Breaking that in a pistol round can be tough, and if they are going to go for a B setup, they either have to go back and break that with only 40 seconds left, or they have to just run straight into B. Both bad ideas.
And as time goes on, you have to look at what we just saw up in heaven, which was Device, still with a slow orb in hand, ready to pop out a nade, still for Jing, although he's on the A side, so that'll be retake ability. Here we go. The play in towards heaven. The slow orb should come down. That's going to put... Oh, no, hold on. It already has. And in goes Device, straight through the smoke, but ammunition runs out. The spike recovered. Nukia rushing to the site. They've spotted Omen, but they have no idea that Benkai's already here, tucked up close, ready to take down that planter, and he's done it!
He's done it!
All that needs to do, Jing just needs to survive! Oh, he's being pushed and he gets one! The plant not coming in on time, and Jing will close it out. What a crazy pistol, and Paper X, they needed that one.
Oh, I guess we give the Red Bull clutch to Benkai, I think.
Yeah, maybe,
kind of.
I guess.
It's like Jing's the one alive, but
and he
Benkai
had to kill a guy to stay alive, so he sort of did win.
They could share it.
Yeah, they both
share
got a clutch.
The Red Bull clutch.
Well done. Team effort.
This man, there's so many faces of Benkai, I guess. Just sheer aggression. The nade might have done the trick as well, but yeah, a huge round from him, just being able to get that timing. But I love the setup, and I love the delay. Deny that mid-control, post the wall up. As said, it takes ages to break it in that pistol round. And now, well, they've got their lifeline, Mitch.
An attempt there from Divide to go up top. Looks like he'll go for it again, but Mixwell's more than ready. Trained in on the angle, hoping that someone will give him that headshot. 5 bullets to play with here. Dangerous weapon, but they deal with it well. Meadow, good for the one. Look, anything that they can get from this point forward will be decent. They can walk out with 2 more kills. That'd be huge. And Mind Freak, Devi already tagged up a little bit. Of course, that heal coming through, though, to reset the health of Devi completely.
Yeah, they've got such an aggressive setup in mid. There's not really anywhere left for the players of G2 to go unless there's going to be a ridiculous shot from Nukia, and it's not going to be happening. Now for Avova, it almost, again, just comes down to trying to catch someone off guard, maybe spotting if there's still that push there, but ultimately they're being a bit more careful. And, well, I say that, Benkai's moved all the way forward just to get the orb.
Worthwhile, though, when you've seen so many players on the other side, and now the info of where exactly Avova is.
Gun here.
Found by Forsaken with a 3rd kill. He's not terribly close to the ulti. You know, these kills have kind of been spread out, so there's no major danger for G2 coming into this round in ultis. Forsaken's gone for an op, though.
Maybe not.
Right,
maybe not. We'll see. The thing is, I wouldn't be overly surprised if he did go for it, because if you get 2 kills, you get one orb a kill and you died. Like, they're all opportunities for him to actually get the Blade Storm, and then it doesn't actually matter so much, and it gives them a much higher chance of winning, just even by the surprise factor, being able to catch them off guard with the fact that he's brought an operator into this round. So I really wouldn't mind it. What I will say, though, is Split, in my eyes, is the most likely map in the game to win a bonus round on the defense. There's so many close angles, there's so many cheeky little setups that you can put into play, and also grouping up always has its risks on this map, because you basically have to group up into really tight angles as you go for those fights. So definite opportunities here for Paper X. I wouldn't say they need to win this round, but it would be huge for them, because they are still far enough down. And we have to bear in mind as well, Mitch, that this is their map choice. I do want to say, I think G2 played the Veto incredibly well. They've been banning Fracture throughout the tournament so far. This time they ban Haven. No surprise, Paper X have been incredible on that map. it means they don't have that as a pick anymore. And because PaperX didn't want to punish pick that Fracture, it ends up on 2 maps that G2 really like playing as the first 2. Like, Bind is next. They really need this one.
Yeah, it's always good to see teams put that kind of thought into the map vetoes, and you really feel like when you leave your normal ban open, the other team, they've got a choice, you know? Is it a trap? Is it a trap card, or is it actually a little bit of an error? And normally, more often than not, it is a trap, and that team has put a lot of work in. We're diving back into things after that timeout. PaperX starting with an early Paranoia over towards the A side, a slow orb as well. It's unclear what's going to come off the back of that initially until we see Forsaken down in middle. He's pushed all the way through and kept his control. And oh no! The timing! It's so horrible. Avova will survive. Jake going down, and Avova was on the other side. That is one of the most bizarre early rounds I've seen. PaperX were set up for success in multiple ways, and Avova's just outplayed them.
Yeah, that literally could not have gone any worse unless he somehow managed to get 2. That's the worst start they could have had in a round where they're taking a fairly big risk. They've got some interesting positioning here, though. Divide close. This could work out for him on the SMG, but getting out of here shouldn't be easy. He's got his teammate on the crossfire. A nice little bait and switch, and now playing within the smoke, manages to get 1 and dink up the 2nd. This is huge now for PaperX. A real chance for them to actually steal this round away.
Even the Spectre dangerous to Meadow, but Nuke is full HP! No, he's taken down anyways! He had the jump, but the shots just wouldn't connect! PaperX have gotten away with this round even after the start that they had.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Operator got 0 kills.
0.
That was all Spectres. And they played it perfectly. I love the bait and switch in Heaven. You have the player up aggressive. Everybody goes and tries to find him. In the meantime, you have that second player ready to sort of swing back out. And especially after everything went wrong at the beginning, I don't know how Mindfree gets this kill. Like, that's just such a quick correction. Doesn't even know that the guy's on the other side. So, yeah, 9-6. Big round for PaperX. Now they get to keep the Operator and some of the weapons that they picked up along the way. And well, unfortunately for G2, not a whole lot in play, especially now the nuke has just been wrecked. Jing has no respect. See? The rank demon.
Yeah, now they've got a rifle, but they've ran it right back into Bankai's arms, and he's able to finish that off with a double. 7 rounds for PaperX. 1 player lost, and it was Jing finding a triple. I think he's got Showstopper online now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed. So, well worthwhile for 1 rifle to make sure you've got that ultimate on coming in the next round, and for the damage that he did. And now just 2 rounds behind, Tom, but, you know, we saw the same from G2, a strong start on the defense, and then later on, PaperX pick up a couple of rounds. But with G2 on the attack now, I expect that they're going to be doing a little bit more legwork in that sense.
They've got some solid ults in this one as well. Like, we've seen how impactful the Tour de Force can be for Mix already. You're not far off the Showstopper.
What?
Oh my god! Imagine trying to play against this guy. An actual nutcase. Just ult straight down mid. As said, it can be like watching your ranked games when you watch Jing, except it doesn't have... But they don't have as good aim as he does. I can guarantee that for sure. Is lost initially, but it doesn't matter. Already, Forsaken's re-aggressed elsewhere on the map and managed to find a pick.
Armor stripped off of Avova at least, but that's another massively impactful Shrouded step by Avova. I don't know how he's managing to consistently find himself, like, surviving these impossible scenarios. Trapped down in sewers, TP's across, kills him. Showstoppered on, TP's back, kills him. It's like... This doesn't stop, and here's the Rolling Thunder now. That's going to be a massive problem for Forsaken. He tries to get the shot out of the way first. He doesn't have his dash. He's being pushed on. Nuki up close. What? But Forsaken gets it. Still alive for more, and he is out of there. Right back into the fray, though. Meadow takes him down and equalizes things, but that is obscene. No way he should get that much damage. Meadow snuck into spawn. They think he's behind the boxes. They'll be cautious of the spawn, but it's about the off angle from Avova, ready to swing at a moment's notice. The second they get contact, and a good ultimate used here just to gain that little bit of information. Flash doesn't serve too much of a purpose. Avova hesitant to take that swing. He's got 90 HP. They're gonna wall off. Now this is dangerous. They're taking the space. They're pushing the site. Avova plays Ringa Ringa Rosie. They just need to run that clock down. The sprays coming through. The aftershock buying them a little bit more time. They need to get on this now. And the spams are about to come right back through. No kill just yet. It's halfway defused, and he's still on it. But Avova closes out the round. He survived for so long. This man should have went down right at the start to a Showstopper, and he ends up getting out of there, winning the round for G2.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Well, yeah, let's just watch.
No,
First the correction,
no.
then he's even able to reposition and catch out Mixwell as he swings. A nice attempt, but it's just that return. Trades coming through eventually from G2 and the openings they managed to get elsewhere gives them their 10th round onto the board. Now, financially, no real trouble for Paper X. They're still going to be able to buy. Alt's not there in the same regard. You're not going to have the showstopper, but you do have the res available to you. He's too confident.
Still going for it, man. Well, Forsaken's early aggression doesn't get them anything here. Jing backing off on mid as well. It looks like they're content to give a little bit of extra control to G2, playing passive in heaven. Maybe not starting the early rotations. Oh, that gets taken down. He committed to it. That was a huge mistake. G2 can't even make it out of the choke point now. And they're going to just slow this one down. Look for another opening.
That's a really audacious ult to try and commit to. I don't know if that was intentional or he just didn't see the player like right around the corner, but just to assume that's clear, based off what, like one player taking a fight or the fact that they pushed a little bit down mid, like I can only assume that was a mistake. And Jing, he's gonna get isolated. Not been having the best of times on this defense. The multi-peaks coming through from G2, leaving Divide to try and do some damage. Can he escape? No, he can't. Trades once again from G2.
Backside,
okay.
Mindfreak seemed to be in a lot of danger, but he's somehow gotten away with it.
30 seconds.
Another kill for him, swinging onto Mixwell, and the round is his. He seems to be an enigma. No one could see this man. 4 frags and an 8th round for Paper X.
Yeah, the first one was kind of free, but from then onwards, that was just him styling on that B-side defense. And, well, yeah, I guess it was right at the end, just before he was able to, like, or just after he was able to cancel, but yeah, committing to that has so much risk behind it for Avova, and wow, this was just clean from Mindfreak. I think that the fact that G2 have done so well to isolate Jing is definitely a good sign on their attacking side, but they've now basically run out of ults. On the other side, the economy's starting to build. They're down to just pistols, and Jing just doesn't run away. he wants to farm up those eco frags, just chill him, slowing down the blast packs, and well, eventually they kill everyone without losing. It's Prime getting flawless, bitch! It's Prime getting flawless!
That looks like a YouTube video, man. The updrafts, the blade storms everywhere, dashing around, bunny hopping, spraying a right-click classic. You'll love to see it. Prime Gaming flawless, and they're not usually that clean. Can't believe he stole the blast pack kills. One of those rounds, man. One of those rounds. Look, it was an eco for G2, so they can certainly shrug that one off. But now they've got to come in with some success. They're investing all of their economy into this one. No operator. And Mixwell's been able to do a lot of work with that scope weapon so far. Oh! How did he get out?
How is he still alive? He didn't even take that much damage. His teammate took more from the nade that's just got through it, and then Hoodie, well, he bites the bullet because of it, giving Jules, he's still alive! They're shooting him in the back, and it doesn't manage to kill off Forsaken. The spike now dropped. 2 players trying to wrap back around, trying to reposition to somehow find a way forward. And in the meantime, Mindfreak, if he pushes any further, he's going to be in their spawn.
So the cam actually spotted Avova's Shrouded Step as he crossed over. They're ready for him. They're watching it, and Avova thinks that he's got this for free, that he's about to lurk up behind them and catch a big play. But instead, much to his surprise, Device swings in and ends any hope of that. That is 10 to 10. The numbers equalized, but you know what? There's a lot more numbers on Paper X's side. They've got credits for days on the defensive side. G2, on the other hand, not in the same boat. These guys are going to have to take an eco. They don't even have the ultimates to try to bridge the gap there. You know, if you had a showstopper or a tour de force, maybe you could get in there, but this is going to be a really tough buy round or eco round for them, giving Paper X probably an 11.
The infuriating thing for G2 as well, like going into this pause, the read they had on that scenario was nigh on perfect. Like they had the stun straight away, left him in a position where he almost should have been dead. They just didn't manage to kill him off, and it must be infuriating because there's been a multitude of situations now where I feel like 99% of players are dead, and somehow Forsaken comes out of it with 2 kills.
Well, I'll say for Forsaken, right, the first kill was fantastic. Again, he shouldn't have survived and been able to get up there onto the rafters. But then Meadow re-peeking not only gave him another kill, it gave him his dash back online. So those players in heaven, as soon as they saw him, they try to spam him through the wall, they try to get the damage in, and as soon as he takes a hit, bang, he's dashing forward. Meadow doesn't peek that. Things go a little differently, maybe. Also, maybe he ends up killing the guy in heaven. You never know. So that's the thing. He was popping off and still is 19-4 right now. Forsaken having one hell of a game, and this is exactly where you need it. You know, it can be tough to use the operator on this map in general. Some teams decide not to do it at all, but in this series right here, it's having a whole lot of impact.
Well, it almost just seems like similar to what we saw from Mixo in the previous half. Just they're unable to deal with this player. The thing is, there was a few rounds that PaperX were able to grind out, whereas for G2, that just hasn't really been the case. They're going to try and pick up the pace straight into an early nade. Jing is just going to fight them. He wants to brawl. Fists are out, as he's already managed to get himself a couple through the cage, and look how low the remainder are.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy cleanup, surely. And actually a blast back around from Jing. He deserves it. He absolutely deserved that, but they're going to be tempted to go get the weapon. Op shot not connected. Come on, are we still peeking the Sheriff?
What is going on? Stop swinging!
It's 10-10. G2 are hot on their heels, and mistakes are being made here, that's for sure. Forsaken steps in, he says that's enough.
He dashes into the light. I can't believe
11-10, not in the cleanest of manners, Tom.
I can't believe how they're playing these Antico rounds.
Yeah, it's a little bit ballsy, I'll say, but they've got it done at least. The round win is theirs.
I just imagine being the coach of PaperX and just watching Jing play and just no, stop it, please. Oh. And then he comes out and just like, boss, 18 and 18. Good game, and it's like,
keep up.
Yeah, good game. Good game. I've got a migraine, but it's fine.
Oh, here we go. Stun early, catches 2 players. Forsaken's going to stick around in the corner, maybe even re-aggress here. G2 don't know how many players are in this spot. Look at PaperX, retake on A after walling it up early, and that allows them to take that little bit of aggressive space. The res will be used up here to grab this player back online at least. The operator's still there to be dealt with.
They forced him out of position, but it almost seems like nobody wants to peek him at this point, and I don't really blame them. The Blade's now out for Forsaken. He's also got his partner in crime.
Oh.
Jing just running all the way through again.
Another one.
It's going to be dodged. Nothing coming out, and Mixor's managed to sneak into the corner. There could be a nasty surprise instead. They're going to go for a res of their own. The spam, not getting anything. In fact, it's the counter spam that finds another for Jing, leaving just over. And there's only so many bullets he can dodge. Oh. They swing in, and well, it's the trade out. 12 now on the board for PaperX from 9-3 down. They are 1 away from taking their choice.
What an unbelievable swing. You know, Doug said it to me earlier in the green room when we were watching the previous map a split, and he was saying, like, you know, this seems to be the map that just, it swings more than any. And we're seeing it right here. The team comes in with a pretty terrible first half. They only barely scraped a third out of it. And yet, G2, they can't get off the starting block. Again and again, running into problems, and none seem to be more consistent than this operator in the hands of Forsaken. Even when they stun him, even when they aftershock him, they flash him, they do everything they can. This guy's still able to get massive impact in every round.
You know, he's just going back to that original quote, the abilities don't kill.
They don't kill.
They don't kill Forsaken. That's the bit. They left out one word. They
don't kill Avova either. Guy's been showstoppered like 10 times. He's just not going down. Yes. Shrouded steps unreal out of this guy.
It's a slowdown from G2. I don't really blame them. They're trying not to run into the op of Forsaken. He is in the right place again. I feel like this is a game of chicken that you just don't want to be playing. He's trying to whack the mole before they've even come out. Like, he's somehow hitting through. Again, we're going to see the TP. Again, he's going to stick it. He's going to hold this control. They've got to be careful, though. Clearing those back angles, and it's just the shot landed this time. It's Benkai.
Rolling Thunder going to catch Jing on the site. Makes his way to the elbow. He's got cover from Benkai towards the screens. Now he can fight the site. Already taking Nuke down. Wide swing was great, but Meadow managed to react in time. The flank even spotted here. Avova thought he could be sneaky, but the camera was on him. Even still, he's able to get that one done and leave them with an advantage that Forsaken, well, he doesn't want it to be in their hands. He's pulling it right back into even territory. Wall on the left. The jump! Meadow's still alive, but Mind Freak will take him down. That was a bit of a heart attack for Vaporix, I'm sure, but they get it done. 13-10. Their map pick is now secured.
They lost one round in their defensive half. Just the one. Other than that, they kept it squeaky clean, winning their bonus round and just running it back after being so far down in that first half. An incredible performance from this deadly double duelist duo once again. They sat right at the top of the board, and honestly, they are so terrifying to play against for anyone within this tournament. Now, of course, they're going to have to go on to Bind, which means we might get a cheeky little bit of Yoru in there. Maybe this time it'll finally work, because it's definitely